The United States and China, the world's two largest economies, have reached a historic trade agreement. This landmark deal marks the end of a protracted trade war. It signals a new era of cooperation and economic stability. The agreement aims to reduce tariffs, ease trade barriers, and foster fairer trade practices. The trade war had created uncertainty and volatility in global markets. Businesses had delayed investments, consumers faced higher prices. The agreement promises to reverse these negative trends. It will create a more predictable and stable trading environment. This newfound stability is crucial for global economic growth. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has warned that trade tensions were a major threat to the global economy. The agreement between the US and China removes a significant obstacle to growth. It paves the way for increased trade and investment. The agreement is not just about economics. It also has important geopolitical implications. It signals a thawing of relations between the two superpowers. This improved relationship could lead to greater cooperation on other global challenges, such as climate change and nuclear proliferation.
The trade agreement has been met with a wave of optimism in financial markets. Investors are cheering the prospect of reduced trade tensions and increased global growth. Stock markets around the world have rallied. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, the S&P 500, and the Nasdaq Composite have all hit record highs. The positive sentiment extends beyond the stock market. Commodity prices have also risen. Oil prices have surged to their highest levels in months. Gold prices, often seen as a safe haven asset, have also climbed. This indicates that investors are feeling more confident about the global economic outlook. The trade agreement has also boosted business confidence. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce, a powerful business lobbying group, has praised the deal. It argues that the agreement will create jobs and boost economic growth in the United States. The agreement has also been welcomed by international organizations. The World Trade Organization, WTO, has said that the deal is a positive step for the global economy. The IMF has also praised the agreement, saying that it will help to reduce uncertainty and boost global growth.
The trade agreement is expected to benefit a wide range of sectors across the global economy. Some of the biggest winners are likely to be those that were hit hardest by the trade war. These include agriculture, manufacturing, and technology. The agricultural sector was particularly hard hit by the trade war. China had imposed retaliatory tariffs on U.S. agricultural products, such as soybeans and pork. These tariffs hurt American farmers and ranchers. The trade agreement will remove these tariffs, boosting demand for U.S. agricultural products. The manufacturing sector is also expected to benefit from the trade agreement. The trade war had disrupted supply chains and increased costs for manufacturers. The agreement will reduce these disruptions and costs, making U.S. manufacturers more competitive. The technology sector is another potential winner. The trade war had created uncertainty for tech companies that rely on global supply chains. The agreement will provide greater certainty for these companies, allowing them to invest and grow.
The positive economic outlook engendered by the trade agreement is not limited to traditional markets. The cryptocurrency market, known for its volatility, is also experiencing a surge. Investors, buoyed by the prospect of global economic growth, are increasingly turning to cryptocurrencies as an alternative investment asset. Emerging cryptocurrencies in particular are attracting significant attention. These digital currencies, often with unique technological innovations and strong community backing, are seen as having the potential for substantial growth. The improved economic climate, coupled with the increasing acceptance of cryptocurrencies in mainstream finance, creates a fertile ground for their expansion. Among these emerging cryptocurrencies, Pi Network's PI token stands out. Pi Network, with its mobile-first approach and focus on accessibility, has garnered a massive global user base. The project's emphasis on real-world utility and its growing ecosystem of merchants accepting PI for goods and services position it for significant growth in the post-trade war era. As the global economy recovers and expands, the demand for innovative financial solutions is likely to increase. Cryptocurrencies, with their decentralized nature and potential to disrupt traditional financial systems, are well positioned to capitalize on this trend.
Section 5. Pi Network, a rising star. Pi Network is a relatively new cryptocurrency project that has been gaining traction in recent years. Unlike Bitcoin, which requires energy-intensive mining, Pi Network allows users to mine Pi tokens on their smartphones. This innovative approach has made Pi Network accessible to a wider audience. Pi Network has a strong focus on community building. The project has a large and active community of users who are passionate about the project. This strong community has been instrumental in Pi Network's growth. Pi Network is also focused on real-world utility. The project is developing a payment system that will allow users to spend their Pi tokens at merchants around the world. This focus on real-world utility is essential for Pi Network's long-term success. Pi Network is still in its early stages of development. However, the project has the potential to revolutionize the way we think about cryptocurrency. Its mobile-first approach, strong community, and focus on real-world utility make it a project to watch in the coming years. One of the most promising aspects of Pi Network is its growing adoption rate. In countries like China and Vietnam, where digital payment systems are already prevalent, Pi Network is rapidly gaining acceptance as a viable payment method.
In China, for example, BYD Auto Service Company Limited, a major car dealership, has started accepting Pi tokens for car purchases. This move is a significant endorsement of Pi Network's potential in the automotive industry. It demonstrates the growing willingness of established businesses to embrace Pi Network as a legitimate form of payment.
Similarly, in Vietnam, Queen Gia Coffee, a popular coffee chain, has integrated Pi into its payment system. This integration allows customers to seamlessly pay for their coffee using Pi tokens, highlighting the cryptocurrency's increasing relevance in everyday transactions.
These examples of Pi Network adoption are not isolated incidents. They represent a growing trend of businesses and individuals recognizing the potential of Pi Network as a viable alternative to traditional payment methods. As Pi Network expands its merchant network and user base, its adoption is expected to accelerate further.
While Pi Network's future appears bright, it's not without its challenges. Like all cryptocurrencies, Pi Network faces regulatory hurdles in different jurisdictions. Governments and financial institutions are still grappling with how to regulate this emerging asset class. In China, where Pi Network has witnessed significant adoption, authorities have issued warnings about the legitimacy of cryptocurrencies, including Pi. These warnings highlight the need for Pi Network to work closely with regulators to ensure compliance and transparency in its operations. Similarly, in Vietnam and Thailand, Pi Network has faced scrutiny from financial regulators. Navigating these regulatory landscapes is crucial for Pi Network's sustained growth and adoption. Establishing clear guidelines and frameworks for cryptocurrency operations will be essential for fostering trust and encouraging wider acceptance. Pi Network's ability to address these regulatory concerns will be paramount to its success. By engaging in open dialogue with regulators and demonstrating a commitment to compliance, Pi Network can pave the way for a more secure and regulated cryptocurrency ecosystem.
The rise of cryptocurrencies like Pi Network signifies a paradigm shift in the financial landscape. Traditional financial systems, often centralized and exclusive, are facing competition from these decentralized and accessible alternatives. Cryptocurrencies offer the potential for faster, cheaper, and more transparent transactions. They empower individuals with greater control over their finances, bypassing the need for intermediaries like banks. This shift towards decentralized finance has the potential to revolutionize the way we manage and transfer value. Pi Network, with its focus on inclusivity and real-world utility, is at the forefront of this financial revolution. By making cryptocurrency accessible to everyone with a smartphone, Pi Network is breaking down barriers to entry and empowering individuals globally. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, the need for efficient and accessible financial solutions will only grow. Cryptocurrencies like Pi Network are well positioned to meet this demand, ushering in a new era of financial inclusion and innovation. The US-China trade agreement marks a turning point for the global economy. It signals a move away from protectionism and towards greater cooperation. This newfound stability, coupled with the rise of innovative technologies like Pi Network, creates a fertile ground for growth and prosperity. Pi Network, with its growing adoption and focus on real-world utility, is poised to play a significant role in this new era. By making cryptocurrency accessible to everyone, Pi Network is empowering individuals and fostering financial inclusion on a global scale. The future is bright for Pi Network, and the broader cryptocurrency ecosystem. As we move towards a more interconnected and decentralized world, cryptocurrencies offer a glimpse of a more equitable and accessible financial future.